and welcome back to Auzi's Young Learning Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this very interesting topic in maths, which is the distance between 2 points. This is a very simple topic, but very interesting as well. So don't be intimidated by any of the content which is coming up ahead. I will explain very simply on how to use the formula, how to go ahead with any of the questions which do ask for the distance between points. So let's get into this video. To start with, let's look at really what we're trying to do here. So imagine you've got 2 points, A and B, and you're trying to find the distance, how far apart they are, and let's call it x for now. So we're just trying to find the value of x. Alright, so if you look over here, we've got a little Cartesian plane. And what we're really trying to do over here is we've got our 2 coordinates as we discussed above, and we're just trying to find how far apart they are, basically like the shortest path between them, and let's call it x. Or right now, since this distance, let's call it d. Alright, so that's our question. Now let's go ahead and look at the formula. Over here we've got let d be the distance, so we've already discussed how d is our distance, and we've got in an under root. Alright, we've got x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and that is the distance between 2 points. Very simple. So what is x1 and what is y1 and all that? Don't be scared, because this is also very simple. We're going to start by making this little table over here. And since you may notice, we've got x2 and y2, alright? And we've got x1 and y1. So x2 and y2 share a common kind of like a subscript, and x1 and y1 share one common subscript. So what we're basically going to do is to pair them together. So x1 and y1 go together, and x2 and y2 go together. Now, the thing about this is that all of our coordinates, like a and b, they both are written in the form of x, comma, y. Alright, this one too, x, comma, y. So let's actually look at what coordinate this is. This is 1, 1. So this is, let's just write a over here. Now I'll just make this a bit small. There we go. So this is 1, 1. And b is also going to be 3. So we're looking at the x-axis first. There's the x-axis, this one. So we're going to look at 3 first. So 3, and over here, this is 6 on the y-axis, so 3, 6. This is the coordinate of B and A. So now, all we have to do is to pair these together. We have already done that. And we're just going to say one of the pairs is for coordinate A and one of the pairs is for coordinate B. Doesn't matter which one you choose. It's quite simple. You can choose any of them. So, for coordinate A, the x value is 1. So I'll just write this with the green color. This is 1, and for y value it is also 1. For x2, for coordinate b, the x coordinate is 3, and for the y coordinate of coordinate b is 6. Alright, great. Now we've got this table. Now we just have to plug in these values into that equation. So we have d is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Just so you know, guys, this is the difference between the y and the x values. So you can also think about it like that if it's a bit easier to remember. So now we plug in the values. So we've got d is equal to x2 is equal to 3, x1 is 1 whole square plus y2 is equal to 6, y1 is 1, and we underroot that. So d is equal to 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, so 2 square plus 6 minus 1 is equal to 5, 5 square under root, that is equal to 4 plus 5 square is 25, and all that under root, which is equal to under root 29. Alright, so this means that our D, which is our distance, so our distance between point A and point B is equal to under root 29. And if you've got a calculator, then you can plug these values into the calculator. So I'll just do that really quickly. And that is equal to, under root 29 is equal to 5.39 to 2 decimal places. Alright, so it's probably better to just put in the decimal value rather than that, but this can obviously be more accurate. So it depends up to your teacher, but I would prefer this over this, but that's just my personal preference. So, in this video, what have we looked at? We've looked at the distance between 2 points. So in summary, we're finding how far apart 2 points are, and we're denoting that distance between these 2 points by D in this equation over here. This is our formula. So we're first finding the difference between the x values, squaring that, and adding that to the difference between the y values. We made a table over here to find out what our x1 and y1 and x2 and y2 values are, and we just paired up the ones with the same subscript like that, and we said that x2 and y2 are the x and y values of one coordinate, similar with x1 and y1 values. And then we went ahead and plugged in our values over here. Then we simplified, kept simplifying. We got an under root value like that, and we can plug it into our calculator to get a decimal value. We can round it to 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, depends on your teacher's preference, but that is all you need to know. So, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comment box below. Other than that, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.